Good morning here, I-42. It's the last day here on the Monday, second day of Easter. That's right. And it's time for, well, something slightly different. Yesterday we had the Minecraft, we had ourselves some Call of Duty, we had ourselves some CS, TF2, and of course StarCraft in the end. However, today we got ourselves Crysis 2. Now, this is not just any tournament we've got going on. This game has been released fairly recently. It had an extended beta, which we ran through Foul Play. It was absolutely great for a couple of weeks. We had fun, and now we're here on our stage to do this tournament. Now, normally, prizes that we give away for these tournaments generally go in towards the monetary terms. However, this time, EA Store came out with a whole bunch of other stuff. For instance, first place for this tournament will go home with these nano editions from Crysis 2, which are absolutely magnificent. I believe they're worth around 100 quid each. First place will get those, so that's 6 of each. In addition, they win themselves a signed set of posters from the development team for first place. What does the second team get? Well, they get, these shoes. Nike branded, Crysis 2 shoes, and my personal favorite, I'm not even going to lie, this is probably the funniest thing I have seen in a long time. These are, I'm not even kidding, Be Strong Crysis 2 shake weights. So remember that episode of South Park? Yeah, exactly. Crysis 2 shake weights. Every single person on our stage is going to get one of these, as well as the shoes. So that's prizes for number 2. Now, let's get to our teams. It is none other than Team Rush and Team NewGen. Now, we have ourselves a bit of a pickle, because Rush only will need to win one map. We're going to be starting out on, I believe, on Sanctuary, if I'm not completely mistaken. That is right. I'm getting the thumbs up from our admin here on the stage. So let's get into the game. Let's go live.
Secure the crash site.
And so we are playing crash site, and both teams just try to descend upon the crash site, making sure that none comes in. Remember, it is a ticket system. Both teams will need to collect an X amount of tickets in order to get forward, as the first kills are already raining in. Rush have control of the site, and now it's up to NewGen to get in there. Back-to-back buddy system. They've managed to get in there and clean it out. Getting a couple kills while doing that, even though the one of the gun emplacement on top of the site is already in position. Some respawning already going on there, as most of the Rush players are doing all right now. But none of teams actually managed to get any tickets, even though Rush right now, just as he says, gets themselves a mild percentage in towards their general hands. Remember, Rush only needs one map. And if I'm not completely mistaken, Joe, two times 1/2, right? They're playing in 1/2 on each.
Incoming!
They will be playing 2 halves on each map. These two teams have met each other before in the tournament. And the last time they managed to clash once against one another, Team Rush firmly came out on top over NewGen. So the pressure is on for NewGen in order to get some revenge. So far, though, the Rush got himself in an absolutely superb placement, tagging up players left, right, and center, as the Rush player that we are taking the feed from is holding his ground firmly, as his team is already 1/4 in the direction of winning this map. Look at his control. Firmly holding on, getting kill after kill, and trying as hard as they can to hold on towards that crash site before it explodes and then resets. which it just did. It's time for them to rotate towards a new crash site, which is somewhere around the map. They're using their control of the heights all the time in order to dominate the NewGen team, who have so far not even picked up a single point of control on the map.
Fall back! The pod is unstable!
Still
New alien pod incoming!
the new crash site is about to land, and both teams will need to start rotating towards the new site. Let's see who will have the advantage. It's all about routes right now. There they go. Off they run towards the site. Remember, every single ability on the suit, whether it's nanovision, whether it's speed, will drain the energy. And they will be toggling between armor right now. It looks like NewGen have got themselves a firm control of the site as they pick up their first points here. But they're behind so far. So far indeed. But this is where they could shine and perhaps inch forward against the Team Rush onslaught. Ooh, close call, but the nade did come out.
The enemy have the crash site!
As Team NewGen having some control of the site so far, getting themselves a quarter way up. But Rush is about to party crash the site completely. Let's see what NewGen is up to. Getting the ability of the first adapters, but it does look like Rush finally managed to get themselves onto the site. Yeah, it does look like it's being the case. As the NewGen team is dropping like fly slowly, getting cleaned up all over the place. With Rush all over. Just Cheesy Cheese is standing. As a new crash site just managed to land. NewGen will need to get the lead out. They managed to get themselves some amount of points, but they're still significantly behind here. As the calls are already coming in. Rush are on the site. And NewGen trying really hard in order to get control here. But so far it doesn't look like it's going to be happening, even though, yes, the site has been cleared by both sides.
They got it!
But Rush getting the site back on the control, even when NewGen had the opportunity to get in there.
The enemy has secured the crash site.
As a fresh crash site is about to bounce in. Right now, it does look like Team NewGen has got 70 out of 200 tickets in their grasp, but 155 in the hands of their opponents.
The pod is unstable. Fall back!
As the next crash site is going to be pivotal for Team Rush, because that would be the potential last one. And remember, whoever comes in, oh, they got a good spawn on this one. Team Rush should be able to get quick control here. There he goes, drops it down. But it's already being picked up by NewGen. Rush descending upon it like a swarm of locusts. Nades are coming out, there we go. No tagged up. Several kills already coming in. Now the current site is rather difficult to control because there's a lot. Oh, nice punch there. Double kill back to back, but the damage has been done. 1 for 2, but the crash site is still in control of NewGen. Site has been completely neutralized As NewGen quickly picks up the flak, but they're slowly but steadily inching forward on the points. Now remember, they only need to win, well, they need to win 2 maps in order to come back on here. This match has been a lot closer than many could expect. NewGen inching all the way back now. They're all tied up. And now Rush will need to come forward in order to get the side under control. They do have the side under control. No, they don't have the side under control right now. With a minor advantage, 160 versus 155. Rush trying so hard to keep on towards that lead, but NewGen trying to slowly but steadily go forward like a glacier. Unstoppable. Let's see if global warming hits in the form of Rush. 155 versus 160. Rush still in the lead. NewGen trying so hard indeed. NewGen in defense on the side. They need this side so badly in order to force themselves a win. This is a whole lot closer than any of us ever would have dreamed. 170 versus 160. Only 30 more points remaining. 175 for NewGen. 180 for NewGen.
They got the crash site.
$185 for NewGen as Team Rush so close. 30 points remaining. 10 points remaining for NewGen to do this. It's gonna get close. NewGen coming all the way back from being so far behind. They need to get the site now. They need to get it now. The enemy's got it. Rush has got the site. NewGen needs to come in now. 170 for Rush. NewGen with 190. How many are down? Spray all over the place.
New alien pod incoming.
New crash site about to fall down. This is absolutely astounding play from NewGen, coming back at the last second. This crash site is gonna make or break both teams.
It's crash landed.
There it is. Who is there first? It is NewGen that are on the side. 195, 200 right there.
The taste of victory is sweeter after you've known the bitter taste.
NewGen, after an absolutely long, heinous struggle, managed to get themselves out on top. 200 points. NewGen not having any points for the longest time. It went all the way up to 155 for Rush. And then all of a sudden, a minor miracle on our stage. A very surprising match. It's round number 2. We're gonna go again on Sanctuary as NewGen are 1 map up, or 1 round up at least. The difference was 30 points in the last stretch. However, whoever wins right now, if Team Rush wins right now with a ticket limit that is more than 30, the difference is more than 30 in their favor, and they will still pick up the first map. As I'm seeing Zacubus sitting by the stage right now and thinking, I wish I signed up for this, because this looks awesome. He was in the I-34 game tournament, where the Crysis won, way back when. We were all still young, naive. Well, young and naive. No, I was never wider, so let's get into the game. We're gonna go live, back on Sanctuary. Right now, it is still very much possible for Rush in order to win this. However, if NewGen gets themselves 170 tickets, just 170 tickets is all they need in order to force a second map off on Sanctuary. No, my apologies, not Sanctuary. We're gonna go towards Skyline in that case. It's game on. As NewGen spirits are up. They were a little bit down at the starting of the match in their first 155 points, but suddenly from the depths, they managed to crawl back up. They did not go quietly into the night. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live once again.
Secure the crash site.
Sanctuary on its way. Remember, NewGen will need 170 points in order to force off a second map on Skyline. Rush, on the other hand, will need to win with at least 30 tickets, with a 30-ticket advantage. So far, though, we're seeing a very similar opener here,
They got the crash site.
with Rush taking control of the initial crash site. But NewGen has learned how to clear the sites out in the last minutes of the previous map. And so far, Rush are already leading by 40 points, choking out on the final seconds of the last map, losing out heavily, showing such strong resolve, and then suddenly NewGen not managing to make it.
The enemy have secured the crash site.
So far, though, Rush are already ahead by 70 points and not leaving anything up to the, well, unknown, and trying to pound in as hard as they can. Let's see if NewGen can adapt. It's all about the site controls, where the pod lands. And if they can manage to get themselves onto the site, well, then this is fresh site, just touched down. It's already on control by Rush as NewGen tries to come in as soon as they can. One of them is down as it gets cleared out by NewGen. We'll maybe see our first points for NewGen right here, as Rush is still in the lead with 75. But NewGen finally manages to get themselves in, needing and clearing the site. But Rush says no and counter it heavily.
Have secured the crash site.
NewGen on the site, trying to get in there. Nades all over the place. Oh, well played there by Team Rush. Bit of a lull of on the mid-game.
Got the crash site.
As the side once again being under control by Rush right now. 80 points up. They still need 120 points in order to call this. Remember, they only need a 30-point difference in case they win. However, if NewGen does get to 170, then it's all up in the air, and we will go to Skyline's second map. Both sides have already proven that they're quite capable of showing the other team how it is done. And this is proving to be a far, far more exciting match than anyone could have hoped. 190, we're approaching that barrier where suddenly NewGen found it inside themselves and pushed it back. as they're finally on the site, and they're just grabbing their first points with 5 in their hands. And there it is, site is under control by Rush. Quickly being cleared out. They're about to break the 100-point barrier. NewGen, on the other hand, trying to take that control back. But a giant clear banner is coming up. And not even the nanovision was enough to clear out the side there. These sites are like the watering holes on the savannah. One team goes in to have a drink of the water, while the other team descends as a pack of lions, just looking for a nice meal. 150 points for Rush. NewGen on 20. They're 100 points behind, but history has told us that magic does happen every once in a while. So far, so good. As the a fresh site just came down. It is under control by NewGen. Rush will need to get in there. As so far, the control of the area by the scaffolding is being cleared out quite nicely, getting those heights in. NewGen is actually looking quite good on this one. Getting a couple kills back and back. Neil will need to watch out for those nades that are flying in. But it's going quite well for NewGen right now, having firm control of this crash site, which is in an absolutely ridiculous location. But they're still, even though their cappers are losing control, they still manage to clean out whenever the opportunity presents itself. Right now, Rush on the control point, 135 points. With NewGen on 40. Ooh, that looked like it hurt. $155 now for Rush. This was the bet where NewGen decided to turn on the overdrive. Like a diesel, they needed to be warmed up before the refs were coming out. But is it going to be too little too late? That's what I'm wondering right now. 155 versus 40. A fresh site is about to drop down. And Rush will need to get their control in, even though NewGen is already on top of it. They're squat down right on top of it like a bunch of chickens sitting on their eggs. $70 points now for NewGen. Slowly but steadily getting their points. And are we going to see a similar thing that we saw before? Are we going to see that opportunity come up for them? It's one of the NewGen players with a 50 cal raining death upon the site, trying to get those shells on there. Now the shoes we're giving away on this one also came with a whole bunch of shells as well, shotguns, as well as 9mm. They're all in the boxes. I'm sure Health and Safety would love this to have a chat about that with us. But right now, it's definitely looking for look good for NewGen. 170 points for Rush. And they're quickly going to need to get towards that last site. They just need one more site in order to pull this one back. Just one more site. And that is all they will need. There it comes. The site is about to drop. It is here. Rush are right on it. 175 points. They are sitting on it like crazy. 180 points. NewGen will need to do something very, very quickly. Need to get those nades in there, but it does not look like it's going to happen. 190 points here for Rush. It's not going to happen. 195. 5 more points. 2 under. There we are. Team Rush wins the Crysis 2 final here at I-42 after an absolutely astounding first round with Team Rush suddenly losing all of their resolve at the 155 points marker, and then out of nowhere NewGen finding it. Hands are being shaken as always. We do promote good esports behavior here. As I'm going to, well, our contestants will obviously go home. Well, Team Rush win themselves one of our Crysis Nano editions, as well as a whole bunch of additional swag. NewGen, on the other hand, will go home with shoes from Crysis as well as the none other shake weights. And these are the Crysis Party editions. They're going to be pulling massive amounts of entertaining value in there. I'm going to sign up for me now, right now, as I'm going to hand you over to our big kahuna, the big chief. He is going to be up on our stage to present the awards, present the prizes to our winners. It's going to be none other than Wizzo right here on our stage. We'll be right back with you for the prize ceremony. And after that, Left 4 Dead.
Okay, let's give away some Crysis 2 goodies. In second place, winning a shake weight and the Crysis shoes. Be strong and be fast. We have NewGen. Come on, guys. Give them a round of applause. Come on. Actually, come on. You guys go this side. My delightful assistant here will present you the prizes. Oh, I can't shake your hand. I'll shake your hand first. Well done. Cool. All this stuff at the front as well, guys, is all yours. Oh, no, that's not you. That's the next. Oh, nearly. Back. Nice try. Okay, move in a bit. Let me get the photos. Go on, Gio. Clearly, you need to get those shake weights going, don't you? Go on. We'll have an action shot with the shake weights as well in a minute. Cheers, my mate. Okay. Your presser weights.
We're all big guys here, mate. Jesus Christ.
Come on, smile, guys. Okay, come on, let's see the shake weights in action. Come on, let's see you being strong. There we go. I'll offer you a collapse. Well done, guys. Give them a round of applause, guys. Second place, Crysis 2. Probably the first ever Crysis 2 tournament, because we're the ones mad enough to run a game as soon as it's released. Okay. In first place, winning a whole shed load of stuff. The nano backpacks, the shoes, the shake weights, some invisible mugs, hence the Be Invisible. And is there anything else they get? That's it, and the nano, Crysis nano boxes. Cool. Awesome. Winning all this shed load of stuff is Rush. Where's Rush? Come on, give a round of applause. Right, there's no way you'll be able to all carry this off stage, so we'll just have you stood admiring the awesome that you've won. Here you go, have a mug. Pass it down, pass it down. Pass it down. There's so much stuff here. You get shoes as well. Don't drop the mugs. Oh, shoe there for you. So much. And there's a shake weights down here, there's a nano backpacks, there's everything. Awesome. Go on. Look front, guys. You've just won a lot of stuff. Awesome. Give it up for Rush, winners of Crysis 2. Oh, look, they get signed posters as well. That's from the Crysis 2 development team. I hope you guys have got plenty of room in your cars going home. There's a lot of stuff here. The Nano Edition of Crysis 2 as well. That's 130 odd quid on its own on EA Store. Cool, right guys, thanks a lot. Oh, you want to hold the posters? No, come back. Sorry, the paparazzi want more time with you. Get used to it, you know, internet celebrities that you are now. Hold the posters up. Oh, sorry. Excellent, thanks a lot, Team Rush. Off you go. Go and try and fit all that stuff in your cars. All these need to come off as well, but we'll sort that out afterwards. Next up, we have the Asus Left 4 Dead 2 tournament. So don't go anywhere, because that should be quite interesting.